Hello, welcome back to my channel, everyone. I am Geneva. This is Geneva in General. And today, guys, I want to speak a little bit on a topic as it pertains to Tanisha Wright. She was the former head coach of the Atlanta Dream. Of course, she was one of the many coaches who got fired this past 2024 WNBA season after the season had ended. Again, she used to be the coach for Atlanta Dream, and she is now one of the assistant coaches to Tyler Marsh of our Chicago Sky. Again, I wanted to drop this video because the South Carolina Gamecocks, women's college basketball, their game pops off at 12 o'clock. I got an hour and 10 minutes. It'll be South Carolina Gamecocks versus the Mississippi State Bulldogs. So again, guys, I'm going to watch that game, and I'm going to also post my commentary on that game. I'm doing any and everything to avoid writing this essay. So if you go to the Chicago Sky's WNBA official website, it says they have an article titled, "Chicago Sky adds Tanisha Wright to coaching staff." It says the Chicago Sky announced today that Tanisha Wright will join head coach Tyler Marsh's staff as an assistant coach. This comes after the Sky recently named Courtney Paris on December 18th as an assistant coach. Wright joins the Sky with over 15 years in the league as a veteran player and coach. She was recently the head coach of the Atlanta Dream from 2021 through 2024 season and an assistant with the Las Vegas Aces in 2020. With the Dream, Wright secured back-to-back playoff appearances for the first time since 2013 while maintaining double-digit wins in each of her 3 seasons. So again, the Atlanta Dream as a team, they do suck when it comes to them playing up against many other teams in the WNBA. But according to these stats, Tanisha Wright actually improved that team's overall performance in their standing, right? They actually made it into the playoffs, something that we did not do last 2024 season, okay? She was named AP Coach of the Year in 2022 after she led Atlanta to its most wins in a season, 14 since 2018. She also led Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray to back-to-back All-Star nods in 2022 through 2023 and 2023 through 2024, respectively. Under Wright, Howard was also named the 2022 WNBA Rookie of the Year. Wright is only the second coach in Dream franchise history to have a player be named with that honor. Since Tanisha has built an outstanding resume as a player and coach in the WNBA with more than a decade of experience, Marsh said, with a long history of accomplishment and player development, she will help us to build a winning culture at the Sky. So that was Tyler Marsh. He explained his reasoning as to why he decided to choose and take on Tanisha Wright to be one of his assistant coaches for the Chicago Sky. Again, he says, she has more than a decade of experience just being a coach, okay? And also, she has a long history of accomplishments, okay, when it pertains to her player development and trying to actually use those skills, use that knowledge, that job training experience, 10 plus years knowledge. He said with that, and combined with my knowledge, of course, with the player development, and also with Courtney Paris and her player development, he said, you know what, these are the tools, these are the skills that are needed to get to the Chicago Sky, to the playoffs in the 2025 WNBA season. Wright also served as a scout for the USA basketball women's national team at the 2024 Paris Olympics, and prior to that served as a court coach for the team at the 2024 FIBA Women's Olympic qualifying tournament in Antwerp, Belgium. As a former 14-year WNBA veteran, Wright played her first 10 seasons with Seattle after being drafted there as the number 12th overall pick in the 2005 WNBA draft. She helped the team to 9 straight playoff berths and won a championship with the Storm in 2010. She also made stops with New York 2015 through 2016 in Minnesota, 2018 before retiring in 2019. She earned WNBA All-Defensive First Team honors 5 times in her career in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2013, and 2014 with Seattle, and All-Defensive Second Team honors twice in 2015 and 2016 with New York. Wright also played professionally overseas in Israel, France, Poland, and Turkey. She began her coaching career while still playing in the WNBA as an assistant at the University of North Carolina as Charlotte 49ers in 2017. So this girl is an all-around hustler, okay? While she was still playing in the WNBA, that's when she actually began to go out and actually experience coaching. She was able to gain that knowledge and job training information while still playing as a basketball player herself. Again, she was doing 2 roles. She was playing as a basketball player and also playing as an assistant coach. Prior to her professional career, Wright was a standout collegiate athlete at Penn State, where she was named a 3-time Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year in 2003 to 2005, first-team USBWA All-American in 2005, AP third-team All-American 2005, and led the conference in scoring in her senior year with a 19.3 points per game average. So again, this woman, Tanisha Wright, I ain't gonna lie, because of how the Atlanta Dream they was playing last year, even though, again, guys, we got to give credit where the credit is due, they were able to pull it off and actually go into the freaking playoffs where the Chicago Sky, we got locked out. Okay, we were locked out of the club. So again, it's even though we want to clown Atlanta Dream, and Atlanta Dream sucks, and Ryan Howard, she's wasting her time there. She needs to demand a trade. Her and Alicia Gray, even Jordan Canada. Tanisha Wright, okay, is no scrub. This woman is not a bum on both sides, okay? As a player herself, again, she did 14 seasons as a WNBA player and over 10 years experience as a coach, being assistant coaching in head coaching. So again, I believe that Tyler Marsh, he did a great thing. Him and Jeff Pagliacca. Jeff and Tyler did an amazing job. But you know what? Taking Tanisha Wright on and hiring her as one of his assistant coaches for our Chicago Sky. Now, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna put it out there. You guys can chew me up in the comments, but just not too bad. Yes, I was critical of Teresa Weatherspoon. Okay, I'm a Taurus woman. I'm a sensitive woman. I hate to lose. I'm all about winning. I don't like to be humiliated. See my team get obliterated and humiliated, on Barbie night. So yes, I was critical. I was sometimes harsh, okay, about Teresa Weatherspoon. Yes, I've suggested plenty of times that we need a new coach. I said these things. I own it. I take accountability. But I cannot lie to you. I was hoping to see Teresa Weatherspoon get some redemption, okay? Tanisha Wright is getting a second chance. She got fired too. She was the former head coach of the Atlanta Dream. And it's like, she got a second chance being an assistant coach to Chicago Sky. And it's like right now, Teresa Weatherspoon, so low key, again, Nafisa Collier, Brianna Stewart, they're doing their thing with Unrivaled League. They hired, Teresa Weatherspoon as one of the head coaches of the Unrivaled League teams. It's like, where do we go from here? I would not mind at all seeing Teresa Weatherspoon. I would have loved to see her as an assistant coach. Again, I believe the problem with Teresa Weatherspoon, with Coach Spoon, was she didn't have much of a history, much job experience, job training, job knowledge, information on coaching. Again, I remember somebody, I forgot, when I did that podcast a couple days ago with Brooklyn 80s podcast, we were talking about, trying to get more female casual fans to the WNBA. And somebody on that podcast had quoted, just because you were a former player, even if you were a really good former player, does not translate into you being a good coach or a coach, period. I remember I was thinking, why don't we have, the Candace Parkers, the Maya Moores? Like, can they put out their resume, fill out a job application and fill in some of these slots? Okay, when everybody and their mom was getting thrown off, everybody and their mom was getting fired this past 2024 WNBA season. It's like, how come Candace Parker, Brianne January, I put my hat in for her. I said, Brianne January, Candace Parker, Maya Moore, Sydney Carter, the current, I believe she's either the assistant or head coach of the Texas A&M women's basketball team. I'm like, how come they don't get these hires? Like, we need new coaches to fill in these WNBA teams. But again, just because you are good on playing basketball does not mean that you're going to automatically be a good coach. And again, Teresa Weatherspoon, as far as I can see, as far as I know, she doesn't have much experience being a coach. You know what? Let me do a little bit of research and then I'll come right back. Let's see. Okay, guys, so I just Googled it. Actually, so Teresa Weatherspoon, for her coaching career, it says through 2007 through 2008, she was the head coach of the Westchester Phantoms of the American Basketball Association. And it says in April 2008, she joined the coaching staff of the Lady Texters of Louisiana Tech through 2008 through 2014. And she was also, she was named the two-way player development coach for the New Orleans Pelicans. So she actually has some coaching experience in the NBA. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know Teresa Weatherspoon was she was a part of the assistant coaches of the New Orleans Pelicans? Which it's the Pelicans, but that's something, right? You can put on your resume through 2019 through 2023. And then from 2023, of course, through 2024, she was the head coach of our Chicago Sky. And right now, she's the head coach of one of the teams for Unrivaled. So again, Teresa Weatherspoon, to my surprise, I actually did a coach appreciation video on this woman. I did not know that she was one of the assistant coaches for the New Orleans Pelicans. She actually has more than a decade, almost 2 decades worth of experience being a coach. But for whatever reason, again, with that experience that she has, it just was not translating well. And again, we can put some of the blame again. I want to do another video just blasting them. You guys think I should? I want to really break it down and give y'all my analysis. I don't want to just seem like I'm a hater. The fact that Diamond DeShields let us down so many times, Dana Evans let us down so many times, freaking Izzy, aka Dizzy Harrison, let us down so many times, along with Elizabeth Turner and even Lindsay Allen. It's like Teresa Weatherspoon, again, the injury that, Angel Reese, she got, Kennedy Carter, faking injuries to get some Percocet. She was sitting out of so many games. Teresa Weatherspoon was literally working with so much. And it's like a lot of the reasons why she got fired, her players were not performing. And it's like, even though they weren't performing, my problem with her was, good and damn well, Dana Evans and Diamond DeShields ain't got no business being on the floor at the same time. It always gonna spell out a disaster. Again, Teresa Weatherspoon, she was literally trying to climb up a mountain, right? She was trying to, in the military, she was trying to mop the ocean. She was trying to sweep the sun off the sidewalk, so to speak, because again, a lot of the players on her teams were straight up and down bums. They were bums last year, and let's just hope to God that in this upcoming 2025 WNBA season, they're not going to be bums. That would just be a bad look. Again, Tyler Marsh, it seems as right now, he's stuck with these players. It seems like it's up in the air about Kennedy Carter. If they had some sense, if they had they don't have worms for brains, they would, actually keep Kennedy Carter, aka who gonna guard her? Hollywood, the lead scorer and star of the Chicago Skyscrapers. But it seems as though right now, for what we know, Tyler Marsh, he's going into the 2025 WNBA season with hopefully Kennedy Carter, but he's going to be stuck with Dana Evans, Diamond DeShields, Lindsey Allen, Izzy Harrison, and Elizabeth Turner. Now again, Elizabeth, they saying like she was injured. She can listen for the past the last week or so in the season, because Angel Reese was out, Kennedy Carter was out due to illness and injuries and faking for Percocet. They had Elizabeth Turner on the floor. Honestly, what I've seen from this woman, every time the ball touched her hand, she literally looked like a damn deer in headlights. She looked like she couldn't believe it. She didn't know where she was. She didn't know what she was doing. She has this foreign object in her hand. It's like, wait, I'm supposed to put in the hoop? Yes, she acted like she was an alien that just was visiting Earth, and she had no idea what basketball was. Again, let's just hope in this upcoming season, Tyler Marsh, he can whip these girls into shape. Okay, and I mean that so respectfully, but we cannot afford to keep making the same mistakes again. To do the same thing over and over again, that's the definition of what? Insanity, okay? That's what Albert Einstein said. Now, again, Tyler Marsh, he wants to give Tanisha Wright a chance. And, he didn't poached her from the Atlanta Dream after she got fired, okay? Took her on as an assistant coach. Courtney Paris, she was already a prior assistant coach to the Dallas Wings. It's nice that, he wants to give black women a chance, even when they just got fired, okay? I like that. I love it. But again, it's like, with these assistant coaches and with you being now the head coach of our Chicago Sky, let's just hope that you guys can come together, collaborate, and bring out skills from all these players. Again, we got to demand excellence. It's like, we just can't allow these girls to be slouches. It was too many times when Dana Evans, she was doing things. Y'all already know what they were doing, okay? It was too many times with our Chicago Skyscrapers last season. They were doing things that were unacceptable. They literally was not playing like professional basketball players. They were playing like some random women we didn't picked up from off the streets of Chicago. They came together. We said, hey, y'all want to play basketball for $10? They said, sure. And it's like they would play together with no chemistry. Dana Evans acts like she don't know how to pass the ball. She's spiking the ball at the freaking hoop during that Seattle Storm versus Chicago Sky game. It was Seattle Storm. They court. Angel Reese is literally underneath the dang hoop, wide open. Her defender literally fell down. Dana Evans took the ball and spiked it like it was a damn bowling ball, trying to knock a wasp nest out of the tree. We can't afford to do that in the 2025 season. Guys, comment down below your thoughts on Tanisha Wright getting a second chance at life, getting a second chance in her career, and now being one of the official assistant coaches to the head coach, Tyler Marsh, of our Chicago Sky and our Chicago Skyscrapers. Y'all tell me, will we improve, or will this be another disaster? Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.